everyone, and Madayaw. It's me, Maita, and I am going to read to you an excerpt of my book. It's already on Amazon. The title is Moonlight, Eclipse. Now, in this book, it is an interesting book because I am going to be mixing Philippine mythology and Western legends, urban legends. So the two characters in this book, one is Beldine and the other one is Anthony. Anthony is a werewolf. By day, he's an international boy band singer. By night, he's fighting crime. As for Beldine, she's here from the Philippines, living in the wilds of Manila, and she's actually a manananggal. So manananggals are the creatures who can detach, or should I say, ladies who can detach their upper torso from their legs. So this does come in handy, and it will have a play in the story. This is not that kind of story. This is a nice and sweet story, but it does have heavy themes. So in these stories, it will deal with human trafficking slash supernatural creatures trafficking and kidnapping. So if you aren't the type to read that, I do have other books. This does lean heavily into that book. It is what Anthony is trying to stop, and Beldine is caught up in it, and people are targeting her because you will find out why. There will be a twist in it. But to whet your appetites, I am going to be reading a little excerpt from chapter 1, when Beldine and Anthony meets for the first time. So let me share my screen. The scenario is they are in the opening of a club, a very exclusive club called The Dungeon. So I'm going to be reading. This is from chapter 1. Anthony couldn't help but feel elated. She actually said yes. There she was, leaning on the railing of the VIP section. Instincts told him this was more than a job. He wanted to run up there and feel her skin, to smell her scent, to look into her eyes, and to see what she was. When their set was over, he jumped down from the stage and practically ran up the stairs. As their proximity heightened, the air seemed to thicken with anticipation, cocooning them in a realm where time flowed differently. Beldine. What a pretty and unusual name. He greeted her as he lifted her hand and kissed it, old-fashioned style. Should I call you Belle? Beldine. She felt very lost in his glowing gold eyes. He was lost in her unfathomable dark eyes. She tried pulling away, but he held on. Hand, please. Mate. The words uttered out before he knew what he was doing. The word cut through the music. Everything seemed too loud, too glaring. He held on. Beldine's heart quickened, and she met Anthony's gaze head on, unaware of their fate-altering word he just uttered. Their connection was a dance between worlds, a promise of something yet unspoken. Mate, such a small word, but it had a very big impact. Panicking, she pulled her hand with all her might and ran to the ladies' room, away from the chaos of her emotions. Anthony cursed when he saw the panic in her eyes. He knew his admission was premature, but he knew it instinctively. She was his mate. He waited in the VIP section until he calmed down. This was a complicated predicament. I hope you guys download my book. It is available on Amazon. It's available on print, on demand, and ebook format. So your two choices are there. And for local buyers here, there is a launch this November 5. And if it's not there, I will try to have it available in somewhere out there. I'll try to make it available. But in the meantime, try to connect with me and I will have announcements there. So thank you very much for listening. I will see you guys when I can. And if I can't, we will connect online. Thank you, everyone. And see you again soon. Madayaw, everyone.